for us. Yeah, so we took time to look at the trade theory and what it's all about. Good. So we spoke about the fact that you need a good personality, intellect, you need initiative, confidence, and all that. A few critics that we looked at. So a whole lot of theories out there that we try to look at. That is the for the leadership styles. We looked at the management grade and all that. Then we also jumped onto the second lesson where we spoke about learning in management and leadership. So in learning and management in leadership, we try to look at what we call coaching and mentorship. I don't know whether you remember that one.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, the coaching and leadership. Yeah, coaching and mentorship. Yeah. Yeah, so we looked at coaching and coaching and mentorship as part of the learning processes of leadership, coaching and mentorship, which was one of the things that we tried to look at. Yeah, so we spoke about what coaching is all about and what mentorship was all about. We tried to look at the advantages. Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you, Mr. Sambil.
It's like yeah, so we looked at what coaching was all about and what mentorship was also all about. We tried to also look at the fact that in addition to these things which help for us to develop leadership skills, we also mentioned the need for us to be conscious that technology is playing a huge role these days when it comes to leadership training. And if you are not able to get yourself to the point where you would be able to get involved in some of these things, you are going to run into problems. So we mentioned that it was important that we get to know that yes, these things are extremely important. So we mentioned the changing trend of training and other things in the workplaces. And we mentioned the need for technology to be noted. We mentioned the role of artificial intelligence and what it does. We also mentioned the fact that it is playing a lot of role when it comes to learning and development issues. We gave a few examples on that. Then we also mentioned what we call long life learning. Long life learning, what we meant is that we should have the consciousness that you cannot stop learning. So there is the need for you to keep on learning. There's the need for you to keep on learning. So we looked at what concept actually goes with this long life learning, the benefits of it in terms of the individual and also the organization. So we tried to look at that. Then there is the need for us to also look at what we call the development programs. And these are management, leadership and management development programs that are out there, which, because you are in HR, you would really appreciate and understand a lot of them. So as part of it, we have to be aware of some of these things. And obviously the leadership and management, I'm sure by this time, we might have been able to look at the difference. So management, it's all about actions focused on accomplishing the tasks in an organization. But when it comes to leadership, we are saying that it is the ability to create an environment where individuals willingly apply their unique abilities to a common mission. Leadership is about the relationship between the leader and his team. So that is also very, very, very important. But when it comes to training and leadership programs, two things
Excuse me, Mr. Sambil. My volume is full, but your voice became low.
Okay. Is it
Now
okay
it's
now?
Now it's okay.
Okay. All right. So what we are saying is that when it comes to leadership and development programs, two things are extremely important that you should be aware of. So there is what we call competence, and competence is the knowledge and skill to do the job.
I think there is problem in the mic, or it's far.
Still.
Yeah, now okay.
Okay. All right. Let me know when there are problems. Then we also have what we call commitment. Commitment is the motivation, the willingness, and the confidence to do the job. Can you hear me clearly now?
No, the sound is very low. I think the mic is not proper. Sometimes once you are responding, it's very clear. Sometimes it's going down.
Yeah, that is what was disturbing me. Then I put the meeting back. I thought it's fixed, but it's still not sorted.
That was the reason why we are late. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know what is wrong with the mic today. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, let me know if it goes back again. So we are saying that two very important things are supposed to be noted when it comes to leadership and development programs. One is competence, and the other one is commitment. The competence, we are saying that has the person got the knowledge and the skill to do the job, and commitment is the willingness and the motivation and confidence to do the job. So they are two different things. One is the knowledge and the skill, and whether the person is willing or motivated enough to be able to do the job. And it's important for you to assess some of these things yourself. Yeah, so let's take this scenario as a case. Think about a leadership experience that you are really pleased about, or really pleased you. A time when you worked with others and did a good job of helping something positive or effective to occur. It can be a work experience or personal experience. So let's briefly summarize the situation, what action you took to make it happen. And if you are supposed to use 3 words to describe the situation, what are you going to say? So let's pick something. The last time you gave a very good example about when the FIFA tournament was complete. You had to try and work on those who had come in just for the program, and you were able to at least get them dispatched to their various places. I don't know whether you want to share another experience, anything you want to share.
It's fine. It's fine. Go
It's
ahead.
okay. All right, that's fine. Okay. So it's important for us to do a self-assessment, a reflection, and look at that. But I just want us to look at this very important aspect of leadership, where you, as part of the leadership and development programs, we'll be looking at certain things that will make somebody a good leader. And you can see that this has run through the whole lessons, the trait. We said some of them are inborn, some of them are acquired by training and coaching and mentoring and all that. But we want to reiterate them again. Some of these are these points. So excellent leaders usually come across as people with vision and purpose. They have clear goals, they have strong commitment. Yeah, they have strong commitment, they are flexible, they have an understanding of change, they are active listeners, they are confident to take risk. Then again, they are knowledgeable about it, the organization in total. They are able to accept responsibilities and also learn from their mistakes. They can communicate very well, and a good communicator is a good listener, and they are able to also come across very well in terms of communication. They are resourceful means that they are knowledgeable. They are able to take everything that is at their disposal to be able to get things done. And obviously, they are realistic. They will make sure that targets that are set are realistic targets. So these are also things that you might have to raise when you are doing the write-up. Then again, you can pick again a few leadership styles, which we've mentioned, already, whether it's a directive leadership style, or is it a coaching leadership you want to look at? Is it a supporting leadership? Yeah. Is it a delegation leadership that you want to look at? These are some of the styles that you want to talk about. Then maybe briefly another thing that you would have to pick, because your write-up is going to be with new recruits or new personnel, junior, who you are trying to let them understand the need for leadership development and leadership and management development. You can take scenarios like this. So we are saying that bring to mind an employee you want to think about. We want to look at two things, and I've mentioned it already: the competence of the person and the commitment. So you want to look at how much does somebody like this lady you picked, how much does she know about the job? Is she knowledgeable? How much skill has he got to do the job? Then again, how committed, how motivated is she? Is he confident enough to be able to do it? So these are some of the things that you'll be looking at. So you can give some responses, whether the person is competent enough or is not competent enough. And what sort of leadership style do you think that you are using to help them achieve what they are trying to achieve? So these are some of the things that you could be looking at. But let me quickly pick up this one also. There is the need for us to understand that the development of leaders has gone through a lot of research and development over the years. And literature has accepted, and in practice has accepted, that leadership development programs should be in place to be able to help the leaders to be able to develop. So we are saying that leadership development programs, they help an individual's leadership skill and capacity for him to be able to excel both personally and professionally in their role and the organization. We are saying that the best leadership development programs are research-based. So what we are saying is that you have to do a bit of research. There is an exercise that you have to do to be able to find out certain things about the leader or yourself, and look at ways you can develop the the competence that you have, and also the commitment that you have. Yeah, and we are saying that they can vary, but that is something that we can look at. So most of these provide personal assessment inventories. It looks at you as a person. It looks at your temperament. It looks at how you can relate with other people and a few other things. And we are saying that you have to really plan carefully when you are undergoing some of these things. So the companies and other institutions that set up some of these leadership development programs, they've got guidelines as to what will make it very effective. What we are saying that so many of them are out there. Some of the tools that you use is the 360 assessment. We'll look at that in the in the lesson soon. Competency development seminars and other.
Mr. Samuel, if you will
Yes.
brief about assessment 360 personality, if you will speak
Yes.
something more.
Yes, we'll pick it up. So don't worry, we'll pick it up very soon. When we are doing the last one, what we call appraisal, we'll pick the assessment 360. So
Okay.
yes, we'll pick that one up. So there is the need for us to also look at what organizations do when it comes to development programs. So Unilever, for instance, is a very good tool example that you can use. So we are saying Unilever had gone through a whole lot of challenges, and in the 2011, they realized that it's going to be quite a good year for them, but they didn't know exactly what to do. But when they began to put management and development programs in place, they started seeing a lot of improvements. Yeah, and what I like about them is that for them, they are looking at developing managers for the future as well as whatever they are doing. So it's something that I would share so that you can at least have a good read on what they did and what they've been able to achieve on that as an example. One other thing that I also want you to be looking at is the Patrick kind model when it comes to training. And this one has got 4 segments: reaction, learning, behavior, and results. All we are saying is that how did the participants see the training? Did they see it as helpful? Okay, that is fine. So it's important for you to know the reaction of the participants, whether they were interested in it. The other thing is whether they were able to learn the things that they were supposed to learn, yeah, to be able to absorb whatever training they were supposed to take. Then we also have behavior. After you have taken them through the training, you would then want to check whether they've really been able to acquire that. So this one is more of an observational tool where you now evaluate, you observe whether they've really been able to achieve the skills and the knowledge so that they will be able to enhance the development of the organization and themselves. Then obviously you look at the results, whether the desired results have been achieved. So that is basically some of the things that you have to do. So like I said, it's more of looking into this. So there are several ways by which you can do it. Whether you want to do the questionnaires, interviews, do a review of documents or observation, all these are important. Focus groups and case studies. So these are the learning and development programs that are out there that you have to highlight in your write-up, that it's important for them to know. Then I would jump quickly to the last one, which is also extremely important and interesting for you to note. And this one is understanding approaches to support performance. And here, all we are looking at is more of appraisal. I don't know. I mean, when we say appraisal, personal appraisal, employee appraisal, what do you understand by that? Have you had any experience?
Yeah. We are doing this every year for all. There is a quarter for every quarter. We are evaluating them, and then end of the year, the last evaluation results.
Yes. Okay. So that is also extremely important. I mean, like you said, it's able to bring so many things out for you to see what their needs are, so that you can also find ways of supporting them. So appraisal is also another tool which is important for you to use when it comes to leadership and management development. So performance appraisal, also referred as a performance review or evaluation, like we said, is able to, it's a method by which the job performance of an employee is documented or evaluated. Yeah, it's part of the career development and consistent with regular reviews of employee performance within the organization. What we are saying is that the objectives of this, like you already know, yeah, there are a lot of them. Yeah, there are a lot of them. We are looking at performance. We are looking at what we'll be able to get as success when it comes to the kind of tool that we are going to use to be able to do that. Yeah, we are looking at whether we will be able to get a credible source of information for our evaluation and all that. So it's also very important for you to have in mind the objectives that you have. Obviously, the goal is for individuals and organizational performance. Extremely important. Yes, we've mentioned that. Yeah, so opportunity for regular discussions. Supervisor identifies the strengths and the weaknesses, and you look at what sort of result that will follow. Some includes recommendations. Yeah, and like, if somebody has to be promoted to another role, it comes with a whole lot of things. Then again, we see that it gives the chance for us to implement all the incentive roles. You'll be able to see performance in terms of the output of the employee and also even the superior. Yeah, we would also look at reasons for appraisal, which these are just straightforward ones. It gives you the need for you to look at performance improvement. You can give feedback to them, helps you make decisions, and a whole lot of training needs. Very, 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 very important training needs. And obviously, it helps HR to plan whether they'll have to recruit a few people with more enhanced skills, or they want to train in-house so that people can get to a point where they will be more useful and they can at least progress in their career. So a whole lot of tools are used here when it comes to small organizations, large organizations, that you can also look at. So we are saying that there's a lot of trends when it comes to looking at performance. And these are extremely important aspects, very simple, but very, very important. Yeah, that when you are looking at the appraisals, what are some of the questions that you should ask yourself? So the first one is, who is going to perform the appraisal? Is it the immediate boss? Is it somebody at the higher level of management? Is it going to be a self appraisal? Is it going to be a co-worker? Is it going to be a team? Is it going to be customers outside who are going to sort of give a feedback on that? And like I said, the 360 appraisal is also going to be mentioned. So for instance, if it's a supervisor appraisal. What does that mean? Performance appraisal that is done by employees manager, then which will be reviewed later by somebody else. Self-appraisal is done by giving the person a form to complete, then they would come back to you with the form, and you go through it, and then you look at what sort of responses you can draw out of that. Subordinate appraisal. Here, this is a performance appraisal of a superior by an employee, which is more appropriate for development and for administrative purposes. What about your colleague? Yeah, so appraisal done by one of your colleagues, generally on forms that are compiled in a single profile. So you can get your colleague to also do that, which is another one. Then again, you can get a team, yeah, to look at appraisal. Yeah, so that is also extremely important. Then, like I said, you also have the 360. So the 360 looks at virtually everything. So you look at all the stakeholders. All the stakeholders are involved, are brought to at least give a feedback to do the assessment so that we can get the full knowledge of what needs the person has. So the staff sits in the middle here, and we are saying that let's start from even the supervisor. So the supervisor does it. Other superiors who do it from maybe other departments and all that. You have customers who deal directly with the person, give their feedback. You can have teams also giving their feedback, subordinates also giving their feedback, teams again, peers, and other superiors. So it's a complete, yeah, it's a complete 360 kind of outlook when it comes to this appraisal. So you don't leave anything out. Yeah, internal and both external, that you are able to get a feedback. I don't know. I want to pause here. Do you appreciate this model?
Yeah, I'm learning.
Right. So it's important for us to look at that. Then obviously every tool has got its own challenges, but we are not saying that the challenges are more more than the positives. So it's important for us to look at that. The disadvantages and the advantages, like we know, yeah, what we call the rating error issues. What is rating error issues? Rating error issues is where somebody becomes so lenient towards one worker or very strict towards another. Yeah, so it's very, very, very important. The central tendency, it's when somebody is reluctant to give either high or low. So they normally will set them around the average. Yeah, and then we are also saying that the recency error, it's comes in when people have got it's wrong because they are basing their assessment on recent performance and all that. So these are some of the things that you have to be aware of. So the leniency, we are saying that leniency performance, which occurs when a manager rates an employee too positively, or on the opposite, too strictly. Yeah. When it comes to the error of tendency, managers rate all of them at the average. Yeah. And when it comes to recency, what's the name? Error, inaccuracy of flaw caused by the evaluator, reliance on most recent occurrence of the employee's performance or their behavior. So they assume that, oh, just about 2 months ago, they were able to do this. So I assume that, but you don't have to assume. It's important for you to, yeah, take note of that. So a table that covers that. Then there is another error which we call similar to me. What is similar to me? Similar to me is when similar to me is when you think that the person has got certain traits like yours. Yeah, and because of that, or the relationship between you and the person. So because of that, that sort of create a bias. Yeah, it creates a bias for you to, instead of being objective, you look at the kind of relationship that you have and maybe the traits. Oh, this person worked just like me. That sort of clouds your judgment. So we have to be careful about that. Yeah. So when it comes to these appraiser, so we really need to be able to understand the objectives. Like we said, the planning is also important. The planning is important. So well in advance, you give information for people to be aware that it is coming up, so that they can prepare. Yeah, for that. In addition to that, you make sure that all the necessary information that you need are collected. Yeah, so that you are ready to be able to do the exercise. You are ready that when performance shows sort of expectation, you will be able to determine what sort of needs have to be addressed. Yeah, and if it meets or exceed expectation, you can discuss what it can be put in place. After the appraiser is written, set it aside. I like this point that you set it aside, then you wait a few days, then you look at it again. You don't have to be in a rush to make decisions. So you really need to look at it carefully, read into it before you make your final report. When it comes to interviews, which is one of the ways to do appraisals, like we said, give enough information, provide them with a guide, when they are at the outline of what they should expect, what sort of approach are you going to use to do that. Is it the tell and sell, which is an approach where you persuade the employee to change in a prescribed way. Yeah, employee sees how change will benefit them. So because of that, they will accept it. Or is it a tell and listen? So you sort of cover all their strengths and their weaknesses in the first part of the interview. Then you ask the employee for their comments, for their feedback on that. Where there are disagreements, you look at ways of trying to get an agreement with them. Then again, you can also use what we tell the problem solving. So you discuss their strengths and their weaknesses since the last review, explore their feelings, listen, accept, and respond to all essential questions and responses they give you. Yeah, then you look at how you can sort of try to encourage them, the need for them to accept the fact that they would have to grow in their role that have been given them. You discuss problems and other things that you already have picked up from their last meeting to see if you can find solutions. And this one is still on the appraisal interviews and all that. So these are the 4 areas that you would have to look at. These are the 4 areas that you have to look at whether you really have understood everything and what you want to add in terms of your write-up. I don't know whether you've started looking at the write-up.
Sorry?
Have you started looking at the assignment?
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Okay. So you
I
are
have submitted both.
You have something what?
I have submitted on leadership.
Okay. All right. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Oh, you've already submitted on leadership.
Yes, yes.
When did you do that?
Yesterday.
Okay, okay, that is fine. So, were you able to, let me get this so that we are on the same page. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
So, were you able to do the presentation?
Yep.
Okay, so you've done the presentation slides up to 500 words, and
Correct.
you also the presentation, and you've given the speaker notes up to 500.
Correct.
Okay, and the management report, you've
Correct.
also been able to do that. Okay, then that is brilliant. Then that is brilliant. Then that is brilliant. All
And
right,
I
all
have
right.
I have received the feedback today also. It's
Okay.
passed.
Mm. Oh, amazing, 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 amazing. I'm so proud of you. I'm very,
Yeah,
very
thank
proud
you
of
very
you.
much. This is all your efforts. You are the one.
Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Yeah, so yes, I think it's important that once in a while, like you said, you would come in and refresh, because you're already on the job. It's important to get contemporary and current tools to be able to manage, as it's becoming extremely competitive now. Yeah, so I really, really, really proud of you for taking this decision. How many more units have you got to complete?
Sorry?
How many more units have you got? How many more models have you got to do on your programs?
3 more.
3 more. Okay, okay. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. So I'm sure I might cross your path again on one of them.
Yeah, it's all your
Yes.
part. You have explained briefly, so I
Yes.
get able to present it proper way. Yeah.
Okay, okay. That is very good. Thank you very much for the feedback. So sorry for the delay today, and I'm happy that at least you've been able to understand and you've been able to present something, and you have
Yeah.
passed. That is the most important.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Just my request, the same for performance appraisals. If you will share with me the presentation, so I can review in my free time. Yeah.
No problem at all. No problem.